My mother-in-law kept testing my cooking, so I gave her a test she'll never forget. When I married David, his mother Patricia made it clear I'd never measure up. She was one of those women who believed suffering made food taste better. The kind who'd spend 6 hours making gravy just to prove a point. Every family dinner became a performance review. She'd take exactly one bite of my dish, chew slowly while staring at me, then set down her fork with a theatrical sigh. "Interesting choice," she'd say. "I suppose not everyone can master traditional techniques." When I brought homemade lasagna to Christmas dinner, she announced, "Store-bought sauce, I can always tell." It wasn't store-bought. I'd spent 4 hours making it from San Marzano tomatoes. For Easter, I made her family's carrot cake recipe. She examined each layer like a forensic investigator. "The texture is dense," she declared. "Did you remember to sift the flour 3 times?" I had sifted it 3 times. I'd followed every instruction perfectly, but the worst was Mother's Day. I'd prepared beef Wellington with roasted vegetables. Everything was perfect. The beef was medium rare, the pastry golden. Patricia cut into the Wellington, took one bite, and literally spat it out. "This is inedible," she announced to the entire table. "The pastry is soggy. The beef is overcooked." David's sister nodded along. His father stared at his plate. David said nothing. That night, I found Patricia scraping my Wellington into the garbage disposal. "Some people just aren't meant to cook," she said. "Not everyone has the gift." That's when I decided to give her a real test. I spent 2 weeks researching food critics, studying their language. For our next family dinner, I prepared Patricia's signature dish, coq au vin. As she took her first bite, I handed her an official-looking document. "What's this?" she asked. "A review," I said, "of your cooking, from the anonymous Epicurean." Her face went white as she read. The coq au vin was an exercise in mediocrity. The chicken, dry and flavorless, suggested a cook who prioritizes presentation over substance. The wine reduction lacked depth. Most concerning was the preparation time. 6 hours for a dish that delivered so little satisfaction suggests profound inefficiency. This isn't real," she stammered. "The blogger ate here last month," I said calmly. "When you made coq au vin for David's birthday. You took photos for Facebook, remember? The review goes live tomorrow," I continued, "unless you'd prefer to discuss it privately." Patricia's hands were shaking. For 20 years, she'd built her identity around being the family's culinary expert. "What do you want?" she whispered. "An apology," I said. "In front of everyone. For every meal you've criticized, every time you've made me feel small in my own kitchen." She looked around the table. David was nodding encouragingly. I'm sorry," she said quietly. "Louder," I said. "I'm sorry," she practically shouted. "You're a wonderful cook. I was wrong. I was jealous and petty and horrible." I smiled and tucked the fake review back into my purse. "The blogger doesn't exist, Patricia. I wrote every word." Her mouth fell open. "But now you know exactly how it feels," I said, "to have someone pick apart something you've poured your heart into." From that night forward, she never criticized my cooking again. Last week, she even asked for my lasagna recipe.